2015 was another great year for women's cross country, and going after that CAA title every year is really important to us, and so getting the fourth consecutive title was exciting, and the women had a great showing. We take it, very seriously. It's respectable competition, and so we really go after it as one of our key meets of the year, and so really exciting to have record-breaking performances, and to go 4 in the top 5 is really big. And moving on to regionals, it was a great showing for us. We had a few little bumps in the road, and we got 4th, and we didn't end up getting a bid to NCAA's. But silver lining, Reagan Rome made it as an individual. She had a great race at the regional championships, and kind of kept that momentum going into the NCAA championships, placing 25th. She did a great job as a sophomore, really coming out and putting herself in great position and really fighting to the end. She moved up almost 10 spaces in the last 1,000 meters, and so she just had a great cross-country season overall. Just an exciting time for women's cross-country. Coach Walsh has left the program in a great spot with alumni and with the current students, and so Alex is ripe to kind of reap a lot of the harvest that Steve laid for him. And I think as a whole, our staff gets along really well. And Alex, I think, having been an alumni, having been a part of the program, just really excited about Alex's character and his leadership, and so really excited to get on board where he wants to take the program in the future. Running is about kind of suffering, and so knowing that there's 7 other girls out there suffering with you, and that's what you're suffering for. And the tribe is kind of a natural way to build that team spirit. Like, this really is your tribe. You're running together, you're working together, you're depending on one another, and really you're only as strong as your weakest link. And so the better we can all get, the better we get as a group, from the top to the bottom. Reagan is coming off an awesome sophomore season. She finished All-American in every season this past year, and so she's looking towards a great fall. And so she's really going to be one of our key leaders on the course. She knows what it takes to be the best on and off the course, and so she's really focused, she's really dedicated, and at the end of the day, she's just a really gritty kid. Molly Applegate had a great spring. She's really coming along on the track, and so having a great summer so far, and we're really excited to see how she does coming out into the cross-country season. Molly Breidenbaugh, another rising junior for us, she is progressing well these last 2 years, and so I think she's going to have a great showing this fall. We've got a transfer in Molly McKenna, and so she will be kind of coming out. She's from Auburn. Had a great 2 years there, but she's from Newport News and excited to come a little bit closer to home, and so we're excited to have her kind of in that mix. Kind of rounding out the top 7, Rachel Rabbit is a senior and looking to do really well in her final cross-country season, as well as Audrey Gordon is coming off a great 1,500-meter year in the CAA Outdoors and ECACs, and so she looks to come into the cross-country season really strong. The key players we're really looking at are Hope Bloxham. I think she had a great year in the 5,000 outdoors on the track, and so I think she looks to do really well at 6K cross-country. Catherine Ng is another one that had a great freshman year, made some big jumps from where she was as a prep, and so I think she's going to have a great cross-country season. Deirdre Casey had some injuries in the spring, and so she missed the track season, but had a really promising fall last year, and so I think she looks to kind of get into that mix. If those 3 can kind of crack into the top 7, we're going to have a lot of depth this year. At the end of 2015, we graduated 8 seniors, and so that's a big, gap, especially with Emily Stites, Megan McGovern, Carolyn Hennessy. We're graduating some big hitters, and so We brought in a large recruiting class this year, about 8 as well, so kind of replacing, as well as a couple of transfers. And so, exciting class. I think we've got a couple of Virginia kids. Julia Wood, in particular, I think could come in. She's got a lot of speed. Another one, Julia Montgomery, she could do really well for us. Was a great 3,200 meter runner down in Florida. Karina Tavares, she has been a part of a great team, and so she really understands the team atmosphere. I think she could be a big contributor from the team aspect. As far as the CAA goes, I think JMU is always going to be a contender. We give them a lot of respect. They've got some great individuals, and they always have some really great depth. And so JMU is kind of the big hitter on the women's side that we're always kind of looking out for. I think that what I'm most excited about this upcoming season is that every girl on the team has a role to play. And so, if you were to look on paper, our top 7 is not really set. There's a lot of girls that could crack into it. And so I think, you've got your standouts in Reagan and Molly Bredenbaugh, Molly Applegate. But then, it's going to be that depth that we create that's going to be really exciting, and seeing who steps up to the plate. That's what I'm excited to see, and how they spur one another on towards excellence. I think that's going to be the most exciting part.